Okay, if you haven't seen a house getting ruined by a clothes washer, I've got some footage for you today. Alright, disclaimer. First thing, I do not wish for something like this to happen to anybody at all. It's stressful, but it's just showing that things happen, it's unexpected, and that's just the reality of it. Anyways, what I'm about to share with you today, it happened in October 2019. About the third week of that month. It's a rental house that I personally own in Las Vegas, and to cut the story short, the house flooded because of a clothes washer. So the footage that you'll be looking at shortly would be post-wreckage, meaning the water's been out, they've actually cut the walls and dried out the place. But I didn't really expect an appliance to cause that much damage. Apparently, clothes washers doesn't just clean your clothes, it can actually ruin your house. Alright, so that's everything that I have for you guys today. Hopefully you find this information useful, something that you guys can use in future. Well, knock on wood, but this experience I just wanted to kind of like document, so at least for some people who do come across this situation, you've got some reference to go with. Alright, gotta get to the office. Bye. Alright, now that you're back, there's actually one more thing that I wanted to do before I finish up this video, and that is to share with you my experience of the whole process. Well, technically half of it. I wanted to share the steps that I took to handle this specific flooding situation. So you have to understand that there's two parts. That's why I said half of it. One would be the water mitigation, and then the other one would be rebuild. So the footage that you saw is actually up until the end of the water mitigation part, not the rebuild. So step number one would be finding the right contractor. This is going to be the first call that you have to make, is with the contractors, even prior to calling your insurance company and making the claim. At this point, your main priority is stopping the problem or minimizing the loss. I know it's going to be difficult to find somebody in an emergency case, so you might want to have somebody in advance, save on your phone, in cases like these, right? The key things that you want to look for: somebody who can communicate well, meaning they can explain the whole process to you from start to finish, and a company who's there for your questions before, during, and after the process. Next thing, they should have experience negotiating in your behalf with the insurance company. Crucial thing. And for me, the last thing would be reliability. You want a company who sets up appointments and actually is going to be there. Since they're going to be making appointments with different people, you're talking about the tenants, adjusters, and inspectors. So you want to make sure that there's no delay in getting those done. If you absolutely cannot find anybody, I highly recommend the people who helped me out in this project. They're called Advanced Pro. This is their number. Feel free to give them a call. They took a load out of my back on this project. So highly recommend them. Give them a call. Now, step number 2 is insurance. you want to make sure that you've got an insurance coverage. Do not confuse it with home warranty insurance. Two totally separate things. Key things to watch out for: rent loss coverage. Double check if you have that one. And on a side note, you want to make sure that your tenants and you have a current lease because that would matter a lot. Another one would be mold coverage. I guess another key thing would be, this is on your renter's side, you want to make sure that they have coverage for their own personal belongings, which is tenant's insurance. That's not your issue, but you want to double check if they have it. Your policy as the owner doesn't have coverage for their personal belongings, so you want to make sure that your tenants have that. I think that's about it. I think that's it for this video. Before we go, a few words from our sponsors. Oh, that's right, we don't have any sponsors. Zero, nada. But there are people that I'd like to thank though. There's a reason why the lights are blue this time. I mean, that one seems purple, but I meant blue. I want to thank all the frontliners, medical people, nurses, and doctors alike. Not that my word matters, but just wanted to let you guys know that there's a lot of people who appreciate the work that you do. So, heartfelt thank you for that. Before you click out and exit this video, please help me get to my goal of reaching 1,000 subs. If you have already, thank you so much. We are currently at 107. Spread the word that there's a channel in YouTube that talks about home stuff. Anyways, thank you for being here. Until the next video.